Hello, everybody. I'm Jackie K. Cooper, and it's Tell a Story Thursday. And once again, I'm going to read an excerpt from my first book, Journey of a Gentle Southern Man. And the title of this chapter is There is Life After High School. So we'll see what my thoughts were on that. There is life after high school. A few weeks ago, I saw a movie about a high school kid who worried the girls wouldn't like him because he wasn't a football star. Now, that doesn't sound like much of a basis for a movie, but what impressed me is that kids are still worrying about the same things I worried about when I was in high school back in the 50s. At first glance, it would appear I had everything going for me in high school. I was smart, fairly good looking, friendly, had enough money, if not rich, and got along with everyone. Plus, I had the best looking girlfriend at Clinton High. But my life was a wreck. I did not have a Block C. To get one of those, you had to be good at sports or be a cheerleader. And this was in the days before boys were cheerleaders. My girlfriend was a cheerleader, and she had her own Block C. The lack of a letter was like a black cloud hanging over my head. I was a failure, a wimp, a nerd. How could sweet Dorothy love me when I didn't even have a letter sweater to give her? Even though she swore it didn't matter, I knew in her heart she was disappointed. So what was I to do? I hated sports, hated getting tired, hated getting hit, hated to sweat. I liked movies, books, records, concerts, and generally just being physically lazy. Life on the athletic field was not something I would seek, so I spent my days as a senior in a funk. Too stupid to see beyond my limited view and too lazy to do anything about it. It came time for senior superlatives to be elected. My friends and I, being a shrewd group, decided to spread the word as to which one we each wanted and not leave the choice or chance to fate. Which would I campaign for? That was a problem. Most popular was out of the question, as that required a letter in sports, I assumed. The same was usually true of best personality. I had lumped best all around in that same category. Most talented or most intelligent would cinch my fate as nerd of the year, so I didn't want those. I would like to have been named best looking, but my ego was not quite high enough to campaign for that one. So I settled on most likely to succeed. That sounded like good, solid, and non-wimpish. I'd go for it. I passed the word to my group of friends and took their goals and spread them around. The first day, we voted for most popular. My friends and I had our candidate for most popular girl, but the boy to be named was up for grabs. None of the males in my group had submitted his name to the others for that honor. The next day when I got to homeroom, there were 2 names on the blackboard for a runoff for the male to be named as most popular. One name was that of the class president. The other name was mine. The class president had lettered in football, and I hadn't even been the water boy. It must have been some miracle, a gift from God for my being good. And as I voted for myself, I made a pact with God to be even better in the future if he would give me this moment in the sun. It wasn't to be. I lost by 1 vote. I was Mr. Almost Most Popular. As I left high school that afternoon, the results having been announced, a girl I barely knew came up to me. She wanted me to know that she thought I should have gotten Most Popular's title, but she hadn't voted for me. She didn't vote for me because she had been told I desperately wanted to be voted most likely to succeed. Since she liked me, she wanted me to get the superlative I wanted. Hers was the vote that would have cinched it for me. 1 more vote for me, one less for the other candidate. For a moment, I hated her. How could she have been so stupid as to think I would want most likely to succeed over most popular? It was all her fault. Later at home, I came to a semblance of my senses. I was the one who had done me in. I was the idiot who thought a person could be liked unless he was a letterman. I had minimized the value of being friendly, cordial, and helpful, and all those other awful adjectives. My class was less myopic than I. They saw the total picture, whereby I saw only the limited view. All the time I had been gnashing my teeth over not being a sportsman, they were seeing me in traits they considered to be just as important. I was voted most likely to succeed, and maybe my almost win of the most popular superlative made me succeed a little more in life than I would have otherwise. Never again did I feel myself to be less because I was not a sports addict. I found there truly are different strokes for different folks, and this difference does make the world go round. The cheerleader and I didn't last through college. She married someone else, but I don't think he lettered in sports either. I married the prettiest girl in St. Petersburg, Florida, and she is even less athletic than I am. Somehow we produced two boys who hold their own on various teams. But whether or not they ever letter is not important to me. I just want them to be the best at anything they want to try. So if you're in high school and you feel like the world's greatest failure because you aren't on the football team, cheer up. There is life after high school, and your life can be the best one possible. Even now, you might be the most popular person in your class and you don't even know it. Quit knocking yourself down. Chances are the people around you see more in you than you do yourself. As for me, I still like the movies. I still like books. I still would rather watch the Oscars than the Super Bowl. I still hate to sweat, and I still like to rest. But most of all, I now like me. And that is the most important success of all. That's my excerpt from Journey of a Gentle Southern Man. This has been Jackie K. Cooper sending you love and hope.